अस्सलाम दोस्तों, उम्मीद करते हैं आप सब खैरियत से होंगे। मेरे चैनल का नाम है साइंस प्रोस। आज की इस वीडियो में हम आपको व्हाट डज इट मीन टू मेजर लाइट स्पीड के बारे में बताएंगे, लेकिन इससे पहले आप हमारे चैनल को लाइक करें, शेयर करें और सब्सक्राइब करें। व्हाट डज इट मीन टू मेजर लाइट स्पीड? How does it mean to measure the light speed? A method of the measuring the light speed is to measure the time needed for light to travel to a mirror at a known distance and back. This is a working principle behind experiment by Hippolyta Fuzio and Leon Foucault. Speed of light. People also ask, what does you what do you measure? What do we measure the speed of light? What is the meaning of the light speed? Why cannot we measure the speed of light? Why do you rate light speed? How is the speed of the light measured? University of the California. Since 1983, the meter has been defined by international agreement as the distance traveled by the light in a vacuum during a time interval. How is the speed of light measured? Before the 17th century, it was generally thought that light is transmitted intentionally. This was supported by the observation that there is no noticeable lag in the position of the Earth's shadow on the Moon during a lunar eclipse, which would otherwise be accepted if C were finite. Nowadays, we know that light moves just too quickly for the lag to be noticeable. Galileo adopted that light speed is infinite, and he devised an experiment to measure that speed by manually uncovering lanterns that were spaced a few miles apart. We don't know if he ever uncovering lanterns that were spaced a few miles apart. We don't know if he ever attempted the experiment, but again C too high for such a method to give an even remotely accurate answer. The first successful measurement of C was made by Louis Romer in 1676. He noticed that depending on the Earth's and Jupiter geometry, there could be difference of 100 seconds between the predicted times of the eclipses of Jupiter's moons and the actual times that these eclipses were observed. He correctly surmised that this is due to varying length of time it takes for light to travel from Jupiter to Earth as the distance between these two planets varies. He obtained a value of C equivalent to 104 km, which was very approximate because planetary distance was not accurate known at that time. In 1728, James Bradley made another estimate by observing stellar aberration, being the apparent displacement of stars due to the Earth's motion around the Sun. He observed a star in Draco and found that its apparent position changed throughout the year. All stellar positions are affected equally in this way. The distinguishes stellar aberration for parallax, which is greater for nearby stars than it is for distant stars. To understand aberration, a useful analogy is to imagine the effect of your motion on the angle on the angle at which rain falls past you as you run through it. If you stand still in the rain when there is no wind, it falls vertically on your head. If you run through the rain, it comes out an angle and hits you on the front. Bradley measured this angle for the starlight, and knowing Earth's speed around the Sun, he found a value of the speed of light to 301,000 km per second. The first measurement of C that did not make use of the Hubble was the Armand Fizeau. In 1849, he used a beam of light reflector from a mirror 8 km away. The beam was aimed at the teeth of the rapidly spinning wheel. The speed of the wheel was increased until its motion was such that the light to wave passage coincided with the movement of the wheel's circumference by 1/2. This gave a value of per C of 31500 km per second. Leon Foucault improved on this result a year later using rotating mirrors, which gave the much more accurate value of 298,000 km per second. His technique was good enough to confirm that light travels slower in water than in air. After Maxwell published his theories of electromagnetism, it became possible to calculate the speed of light indirectly by instant measuring the magnetic permeability and electric permeability of free space. This was first done by Weber and Cloncher in the 19th and accurate value at that time. उम्मीद करता है दोस्तों आपको वीडियो पसंद आई। इस तरह की वीडियो देखने के लिए हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। थैंक यू सो मच।